Yeah, come on, talk about the shoes well. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Man Takes Shoes Out of Box. It's the episode where you get to sit there and listen to me talk about some shoes that I have recently withdrawn from a box. Today, we're going to be talking about these. It's the Air Jordan 1 Low Elements. It's basically an Air Jordan 1 ACG type shoe. The shoe takes the unmistakable DNA aesthetics from the Air Jordan 1 Low and adds on top of that layers of really durable materials to essentially make these into a trail running shoe. They don't need to be used exclusively for trail running, hiking, general outdoor wear. I've actually taken to reviewing these specifically for golf over on my golf channel. So if you're interested in golf and you want to know how these actually perform on the course, go ahead and check out my review on my golf channel. I know this isn't the usual type of sneaker content for the sneaker channel, but I've actually had two pairs of these in now, and I've been rocking the black pair recently, and so I wanted to bring you guys my specific thoughts on them just in case you were interested in them. Right, so let's talk about the release, the availability. These things have released, at least here in the UK, exclusively through the Nike app. The launch colorway was this black colorway, which was pretty quick to sell out. I know, because I was checking for them and they were gone. We've since had an icy blue colorway come out, which do have some sizes sitting in the more popular sizes. I personally was really keen on getting my hands on the black pair because I feel like they would hold up better under the type of duress that they're inevitably going to be exposed to outdoors in the elements. They're 189 pounds, which is a little bit pricey. It does situate these among a lot of other pretty top tier ACG type or all-weather, wet weather, rugged, durable trail running shoes. And unbelievably, I actually managed to pick this black pair up, even though they're not available in my size on the Nike app, off of StockX under retail. I paid 160 pounds for these, which is like 30 under retail, and that's taking into account StockX fees. And they also shipped to me really quick as well. So for that price, 160 pounds, which is like pretty close to 200 bucks, I'm pretty happy, I'm pretty satisfied. In terms of the packaging, it's a pretty nice box, to be honest. It's got the whole Jordan 1 type vibe about it. Nice brown colorway. The paper on the inside features this gridded pattern with some water drops, which is obviously a nod to the water repellent nature of the gridded nylon that we'll talk about in a moment when we go through the materials. It's a really nice box. In terms of the shoes themselves, the first thing to say is they are quite weighty. They feel like a solid shoe in hand. Speaking briefly to the aesthetic, you guys can obviously see what's going on. If you are into the sneaker game, you are going to, right off the rip, recognize the Air Jordan 1 Low silhouette up top here. The profile, the cuts, the panels, it's all Air Jordan 1 from the toe box to the mid panels right around to the heel counter. They even went to the trouble of including an Air Jordan 1 overtongue as well as the Wings logo on the heel tab. So the Jordan 1 DNA is all throughout the shoe. It's even in the outsole, despite the outsole traction pattern being one of the most striking characteristics of the shoe. They still went to the trouble to actually include parts of the Jordan 1 outsole underneath, which I think is a really cool touch. Right, so in terms of the materials, the first thing to say is these things have a waterproof Gore-Tex liner, or a water-resistant Gore-Tex liner. I'm always a little bit skeptical when people say that things are going to be fully waterproof, because I feel like if you dip your foot in, or fully submerge your foot in water in these, they're going to get a little bit wet. They might not get absolutely soaked, but they're definitely going to get a little bit wet. Let's run through the materials. So up top, you've got the Nubuck suede type material that you'd normally find wrapping around the front of the shoe, right around the mudguard area. The actual toe area itself features this sort of rubberized type material. It's quite firm to the touch, it's quite thick. There are some perforations as well, which I feel offer up pretty limited ventilation. The mid panels offer up this gridded nylon fabric, and then right around the bottom of the heel counter, you get some perforated leather as well. The shoes feature the booty system with some pull tabs on the front tongue as well as on the back of the heel, and you also get an extra pull tab right around the heel as well, which I'm not sure what that's actually for. Maybe the trail runners out there can let me know what that's for. As said before, the booty system incorporates the Gore-Tex liner on the inside of the shoe. You get a nice solid insole over the top of the, I'm going to call it got the booty tongue, you've got the Jordan 1 tongue, which features in a like textile mesh material, and then you get some reflective braided laces that come installed. There are no optional or extra laces that come with. In terms of the branding, got the Nike Air Jordan 1 tongue on the over tongue, got the Jordan Wings logo on the heel, and then you've got your double swoosh action on the lateral and the medial. In terms of the technology, these feature a foam midsole. So right there and then, they've already massively upgraded from the Jordan 1 midsole. But obviously the main feature of the shoe is this crazy, robust, rugged, jagged, friction-searching outsole. I mean, this traction pattern is pretty crazy. These like little rubberized nubs or nibs or whatever we're gonna call these things actually feature around the outside of the midsole. And I'm guessing this is so maybe like when you're trail running and you're going up on angles or you're going, you know, uphill, downhill, side hill, you've actually got some catch points on the midsole to enable you to maintain your grip when your feet are at like crazy angles. So that's what I'm assuming is going on there with that. In terms of the like fit and the feel, I went true to size with these, and they afford just a cheeky bit of extra room in the toe area. You could argue these run ever so slightly big, so if you have a narrow foot, I'd probably recommend going a half size down. If you have a wide foot, I'd recommend going true to size. In terms of the comfort, bro, these things are really comfy. The first thing to say is you do feel really secure. You do feel really locked in when you slip yourself into these bad boys. Foam midsole does offer up a nice amount of response. Obviously, this traction pattern gives you unbelievable grip when you're out there in the elements. And having played 18 holes of golf in these, I can certainly speak to the grip as well as the stability, having created some amazing rotational torque and unbelievable ground forces when swinging my beautiful swing. In terms of exposure to the elements and how these things hold up, which is going to be a point of interest if you're thinking about copping a pair of these did hold up really good in the wet weather conditions that I played golf in. Plenty of splashing, plenty of dew, plenty of water. Got on the upper of these and my feet stayed dry throughout. Like I said, I'd be skeptical of retaining a dry foot if you were to fully submerge your feet, but generally speaking, protection from the elements, these things held up really, really well. So aesthetically, I think they look really cool. Trail running shoes are obviously a little bit of a fashion thing these days with the whole Gorp core and outdoor athleisure look being really popular. I feel like if you're in the market for a trail running shoe that is well made, that is robust, that has all of the types of features you might be looking for, these are definitely a solid option. I would recommend though, if you're in the market for a pair, to either wait for some more colorways to come out further down the line that may well end up getting reduced in the sales, or keep a beady eye on StockX, because some pairs, like the pair I picked up here, are floating around out there for under retail, even after you factor in the fees and stuff. So for £189, the retail price point, they're solid enough value, but they might get you thinking about another pair out there at that price point. But if you can get them under retail, I feel like it is a really good move. Solid shoe, solid quality, solid performance. The Jordan 1 Low Element might end up being one of my most worn shoes over the winter, because I'm gonna be walking the dogs in these, I'm gonna be doing some trail running in these, I'm gonna be playing some golf in these. These could well end up being one of my most worn shoes this entire winter. So yeah, it's a W shoe. What are you guys thinking about the Jordan 1 Low Elements? Are you feeling them or are you not? Feel free to let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video very shortly. Take care for now, and peace.